in this time, in this place, is the most relevant and necessary time and place to be. And as you feel yourself now in this particular time and place, I would love for you to tell me the very first things that you see, or the very first impressions that you have as you begin to understand where you are and what is happening around you. What is the first thing you see?
I see a lot of purple.
Okay, beautiful.
And I see flickering yellow light.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It feels like a void.
A void. Okay. Are you alone in this void?
Feels like it.
Okay. Look around some more. And just look kind of around in different directions. And tell me if there's anything else that you see aside from the light.
There's so much going on in my inner eye where I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'm seeing light and flickers.
Okay, let's sit with that.
I'm not seeing in my mental mind.
Let's see how you feel in this place. As we're in this void, do you feel that you have a physical form, or are you light?
I feel like I am not physical.
Okay. Let's be in this place very slowly. Let's move forward until we arrive in the next place. Very slowly, very gently through the void. And when you reach the end of this void, taking your time, tell me what the first things are you see.
I remember having this problem the last time when I was unable to see physicalness.
Okay, do you feel the physicality?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you're light. So we're gonna let's just keep moving through this void. Because that's what a void is. It's a place we move through to get from one place to the next. So very slowly and quietly, can you feel yourself moving? Imagine yourself just moving. Just gently moving. And that's okay. And tell me if anyone comes to meet you.
If I try to focus outside of these colors and things that I'm seeing in my third eye,
right?
If I'm flying above and seeing a stream of water.
Perfect.
If I was looking down at it.
That's what we want to do. Very, very good. So let's look at this stream. Let's enjoy this moment and look at the stream. As you're looking at the stream, take a look on either side and tell me, is there any what does the land look like on either side of the stream? What else is there?
Well, obviously there's trees. I'm really high above it.
Right.
It meanders. It doesn't shift or break. It's just
okay.
Kind of serpentine.
Let's follow the stream for a while and see where it leads us. And as we're following the stream, let's come down. Feel yourself maybe coming a little bit down from where you're at, closer to the water and the trees. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Let's do that. And tell me what happens next.
It feels very primitive.
Okay. Can you smell anything? Is there any kind of fragrance or smell?
It's very marshy, and of course you could smell the grass and the humidity.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear?
I don't. It feels very natural. I don't sense people or buildings or civilization.
Okay. Are there any sounds?
Just birds and bugs.
Okay. Very, very good. It's a very natural place. How do you feel in this place?
Pristine.
Very good. Is it a safe place?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So let's keep following the stream, getting closer to the trees and closer to the water. And let's keep moving forward until we arrive at a time and place where something important happens. And when you get to this place, we're going to move until we get there. Tell me what happens next.
I feel as though I'm a man.
Okay, very good.
Wearing animal pelts on my legs, tied together with leather straps.
Are you young or older? Do you have a feeling of that?
Middle-aged.
Okay. Are you carrying anything?
A staff.
A staff. Can you describe?
A wood staff.
Okay.
Walking stick.
Oh, a walking stick. Okay. Very, very good. Look around you right now and tell me what else you see as you look around you in this place.
Very primitive, round wood, thatch, mud huts.
Okay. Are there any people? Do you see any people or animals?
I see indigenous children.
Okay.
So that be people.
So what kind of activity is going on around you?
Just day-to-day life for these people.
Okay. Do you know these people? Are they your family?
They would be considered my community.
Your community. And do you know what your role is in this community? A job? No.
Not so much protector, guide.
Okay. So let's take this moment in this lifetime. Let's very gently move forward to a day and a time when something important is happening. And let me know when you get to this place.
I see a gathering of people.
Okay, and what are they doing?
Everyone is afraid, they're arguing, they're trying to figure out what to do.
Okay, let's listen. Listen to what they're saying. Tell me what you hear.
Everybody thinks they have an answer. Somebody else argues that that's not the answer. And I'm just standing in the back listening.
Are they looking to you for these answers?
They don't want to have to, but they know ultimately they will have to.
They'll have to. Okay. Are you aware of what the problem is that they are trying to solve?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It doesn't feel like it's a physical threat.
Okay. Let's listen to what they're saying and see if we can determine what this problem is.
It feels as though there are other communities trying to enforce their will or desires upon this community, and people want to stay autonomous.
Okay. So let's leave this particular location and move forward in the same lifetime to another day and time when something very important is occurring. So we'll slowly move forward, and when you get there, let me know what you see or hear or what's happening.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
It's okay, there's no pressure. Let's take our time.
I've just been yanked out of it.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go with that. Just take a breath. Relax into the time you're switching and moving forward again into another time and place that is important for you to see. And just take your time when you see something or feel something, just tell me.
I see absolute void.
Again, okay.
Flashes of light.
What color is this light?
It's white. And it's coming down in rays.
Let's just be in this light. Is this a void like you experienced before? Or are we in a physical place?
No. There's nothing.
It's okay. There's always something. Stay in the void. Stay with this beautiful light. And let's just enjoy this light. How does it make you feel? How does it feel to you?
I feel nothing.
Nothing is okay. Let's just go through that. It's peace. And follow very gently. And let's move forward through this beautiful white light, because this light is taking us somewhere. It's taking us to the next place that it is important for you to visit or to see. So let's just follow. Feel the movement. You're moving through the light. Through the light. We're getting closer to your destination. There's no hurry to get there. We're just in the moment and moving towards that next destination. And you will get there. And when you do, just let me know what is happening, if anything, or what you see.
I just see this huge ball of purple light in my third eye, and it's just consuming my vision.
Okay, allow that. Allow that beautiful purple light to consume you. It's there for a reason. The light is healing. Allow it to consume you. And as we're in this purple light, allow the purple light to take you to a place or time that it wishes for you to see. Surrender to that light and allow it to take you. I see it too. It's beautiful. And it's moving you. It's moving you forward. It's like it's protecting you. It's escorting you safely through time and space. Can you feel it moving?
Yeah, it feels like a bubble.
Okay. The bubble is moving. Can you feel where it's taking you? Can you feel the movement of the bubble?
I almost have the sense it doesn't want to take me anywhere.
It wants you to stay. Okay. That could very well be the case. Let's be quiet. And I want you to listen. And I'm asking this bubble of beautiful violet light. You're here with Laura now. Can you tell her what it is you wish for her to see or to do? If she is not meant to go to another time and place, is someone wishing to communicate with her? I'm asking the light to speak to you. Let me know if you hear it or feel it more than anything telling you.
It feels very protective.
Mm-hmm. So I'm asking the light, what is it? What are you trying to protect Laura from? Is it answering you?
Not yet. I see a turtle for some reason.
Well, that's good. Go with the turtle. That's okay. The turtle is a symbol of just slow and steady, taking your time. You don't want to try to get anywhere too quickly.
I'm being shown glimpses of things, not that I need to be taken there. I see glimpses of the earth. I see glimpses of the Marian times.
Okay, very good.
I see glimpses of Hawaii.
Ah, okay.
Places I've been. I think they're trying to show me a sequence of something.
Sequence of events. The progression, possibly, of your lifetimes. Let's be with this light again. And it was showing you Lemurian times. Yeah. Let's ask the light if they could expand upon or possibly bring us to Laura's lifetime in Lemuria. If they would agree to that.
It feels like they do.
They agree. With a beautiful light, would you please help Laura slowly, as you showed us, and calmly escort us to Laura's most important and relevant lifetime in Lemuria, where we may learn some lessons or glean valuable information that will help Laura in this current time. So let's just relax now into the light, and let's allow the light to do what it must to escort us slowly forward. We're moving towards Lemuria, and when you get closer, you will begin to see things, and you can tell me what it is that you see or feel or hear. Take your time.
I feel like I'm being dropped down into it.
Allow it. We're gonna float. We're gonna drop as if we're riding on a cloud, and we're just floating down and down and down until we're on the ground in Lemuria. And once you get there at your own pace, tell me when you arrive and what your impressions are. No hurry.
I feel very dizzy.
Okay, of course. We're very dizzy. Well, let's take a moment and breathe and kind of get your balance after coming down so far.
I feel very disoriented being there.
Okay, that's all right. Can you feel the ground under your feet?
I feel upside down. It's strange.
It's okay. That's totally fine. Let's allow the light, which is still with you, to turn you so that you're not upside down. You're not dizzy. You're solidly on the ground with your feet. So the light is going to help you do that. So let's just relax into the light, and it's going to slowly move you. Okay? And tell me when that is done.
Okay.
Very good. So we're on the ground in Lemuria. What do you feel under your feet? Are you wearing shoes? Or are you feeling something under your feet?
Sand.
Sand. Very good. Okay. Let's take a moment and very gently feel into the body. How does the body feel right now? Just get your impressions at your own pace.
I always assumed I would have been a human, but I'm not.
Really? Can you tell me? Look at your hands. What do they look like? What do you see?
Long fingers.
What color is your skin?
Iridescent blue.
Beautiful. As you're looking at your hands, are there any distinguishing markings or adornments on your hands?
Feels like it almost sparkles.
Okay, great. Now look down at your feet. Can you describe those?
It feels like a cliche, but the body almost looks like the characters in Avatar.
It's not a cliche. There's truth to everything. So that's good. Let's go with that. Now, are you able to describe your face to me? Do you know what your face looks like? Anything that you pick up. If you have hair.
I'm just making sure that I'm not making this up.
I'm not making it up. You need to let's take a breath and let's quiet the thinking mind and just allow the purple light to help you. It's still around you. It's helping you stay present in this moment. I see it too. It's very, very real. I see what you see. And so relax into the idea, into the truth that this is real and we both see it. Okay?
She's very tall, very etheric looking.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Do you feel like you're any specific gender, male or female?
It feels female.
Female. Very good. Look around you. Tell me if you see anything in the landscape around you. Any other people?
I feel as though I'm there, but they don't necessarily see me.
Okay. And what do they look like? When you see them, can you tell me about them?
Very Polynesian, Indian, Hawaiian.
Okay.
Dark hair.
Very good. Let's look now around. Do you see any buildings? Any structures?
No, I just see mountains and caves and...
Okay.
Trees.
Very good. Let's walk. Walk. Is there any water?
Yeah, the ocean.
Okay. Very good. Let's walk over to the ocean. And let's kneel down and look at our reflection in the water. It's like a mirror because it's so clean. And I'm being prompted by the light, the violet light, that this is okay. I want you to look at your reflection and tell me about your face. What does your face look like?
I feel very emotional.
Okay. Do you feel love?
Yes.
Because that was a beautiful time. Beautiful. And it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel this. Okay, now, we will not be disturbed by any external noise, okay, in the human world. Let's stand up and let's walk amongst these people. Can anyone see you?
The children do.
Children do. Are they speaking to you?
I walk by and I pat them on their head.
Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Let's keep going. Where are we headed right now? What do you see before you? Where are we going? It's okay to feel that emotion and love. It's a special time. A beautiful time.
The children. Oh.
That's good. Okay, so they know you. Let's see. Where are we going with the children? This is a happy life. Where are we headed?
I teach them.
Ah, lovely. What do you teach them? Favorite subjects?
The truth of who they are.
And who are they?
They almost feel like they're my children, but I don't know how they could be.
Well, that is because we're all connected by source. We're all the children of God, brothers and sisters. So that does make sense. Okay, so you teach the children. Very good. Now, let's take this lifetime in Lemuria and let's move forward just a bit. Again, we're in the purple light and it's going to slowly move us just towards another day in this lifetime. when something important happens, something of great significance in this life of yours. And again, as the turtle showed us, we go slow. There's no pressure. We just take our time till we arrive. And when you get there, just let me know.
I'm saying goodbye to them.
You're saying goodbye? Do you know where you're going? Why you're leaving?
It's time.
It's time. It's time. And it's time for what? Is something important about to happen there or where you're going? Just take your time and relax and let me know what comes. What you remember.
Just feels like my shift is over.
Okay. And how? So you're going to leave now. Okay.
I feel myself floating away.
Let's go. Let's do that. You still feel the purple light around you?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Let's allow that light to be our friend and our guide because it knows both of us very well. I can sense that. So let's be in the bubble and let's float. And we're in the bubble now. Do you know where the bubble is taking us? Where are we going?
Back to our people.
Back to people. Let's go there. That sounds wonderful. Let's stay in the violet bubble and let's allow and feel. You're feeling yourself moving home. And you stay in the bubble. And when we arrive home to your home star or planet or people, I want you to let me know once our bubble lands, once we get there. Tell me when we arrive. And again, take your time.
I feel like we just shift into this new place.
Okay, very good. Are your feet on the ground? Are you home? Do you feel anything? Are you in this place that you call home?
Doesn't feel as good as Earth felt, though.
It doesn't feel the same way Lemuria felt?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then. We're here as observers. We just need to learn and remember. So I want you to expand a little bit on that feeling. Do you know what's going on at home that doesn't feel as good? Is something happening there?
It's just sterile.
Yeah. Look around. Tell me what it looks like. Tell me what the landscape. You see any kind of natural things or buildings, anything at all that you see.
Faceted crystal. It's cold and it's hard. It's pretty.
What color?
Light blues, purples.
Okay. Are there any structures, any buildings, dwellings?
Yeah, made out of that same structure of crystal. It's cold.
Okay. Take a look around very gently. Are there any people coming to greet you? Anyone, any beings?
It feels like when you go to an airport, you get off of a plane and people are waiting in the waiting room.
Okay, let's go towards those people. Do you see them? What do they look like? Can you describe them for me in any way? Just take your time and allow the
It's very abstract.
abstract. Okay. Do they have body?
This doesn't feel like it did when I saw my counsel. This feels very different.
Okay, this is a different experience.
Yeah.
The council is still here. You know they're part of you, but this is an experience, a lifetime, an experience that they feel may have some relevance for you right now. So, are they? How are the people greeting you? Are they communicating, or what's happening now? So, like, we're in this airport, and we're in this.
Like this demand to know what happened, or
Okay.
what did you accomplish? And it doesn't feel welcoming. It feels demanding.
Demanding. Okay. Let's ask them for more details. What did they send you to accomplish? Why did you go to Lemuria? Because they're asking you for a report. What was your mission?
Expand consciousness.
Expand the consciousness. Okay. And why did they send you? Why was it important to expand the consciousness in the the consciousness in this place?
They're not angry or demanding. They're just impatient.
Right. They're impatient. They're impatient because they wanted something to be accomplished on Earth. Is that correct?
That's what it feels like.
Let's ask them. What was the mission? What was it that was so important for the Lord to do on Earth? Let's ask them.
We had to start somewhere is what I'm hearing.
Okay, that's a good answer. My next question is, this place that you're in right now, this particular place with these people, is this your home planet?
No.
It is not. What are you doing there with these people? Do you know why you're there? What made you come to these people?
I'm hearing that it's just a transit.
It's a transit. Okay.
It's just a stopover.
Does this place have a name? No. Okay. We're going to climb back into the purple bubble now. Let's do that. Tell me when you're settled in and comfortable in the bubble. Okay? Let me know when you're there.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so now we're in the bubble and we feel. Do you feel good in the bubble?
I feel safer.
Beautiful. All right, so let's speak to this beautiful energy around us. We're in the bubble now. And let's move from this stopover point to the home planet. Let's keep going. We've been there. You've been debriefed. We're all done there. Now we will ask the purple bubble of light to take us forward at its own pace to Laura's true home planet or star. So let's relax and enjoy this journey home. And when you arrive, just let me know, okay?
Everything's black.
Are you still in the bubble of light?
I don't even see purple anymore. It's literally black.
Okay. Have we arrived someplace or are we still moving? Do you feel moving or do you feel like we're somewhere?
I feel like it's just hovering.
Hovering. Okay. That's all right. Let's breathe and let's communicate with whatever light is around you. Obviously, you're in a safe place because it's not around us anymore. So let's relax and together, let's just allow ourselves to slowly float as though on a cloud. We're floating down out of the blackness and the darkness. Look below you. Do you see a planet or a star or land below you? You're floating down.
I feel like I'm dropping down, but I don't see anything yet.
Okay, we're far away. We're up high. Let's just get close. Only when you see a shape or an image or a color, just or that you feel something. But again, take your time. Allow the pictures to form.
I feel like we just dropped on top of a ship.
Okay. Oh, great. All right. Let's be there for a moment. In that moment, can you describe this ship? Can you tell me what you see?
I feel like we just went through the roof into the inside.
That makes perfect sense as it's energy. So now we're inside. Let's be there. Comfortable there. And when you're ready, tell me what you see as you look around. What does this ship look like? Tell me what you see.
Star Trek.
Perfect. Okay. Star Trek. What color are the walls?
It's like a silver plexiglass.
Okay. Look at the walls. Is there anything on the walls? Anything that you see on the walls?
It's like a unique texture, almost ribbed, like diamond.
Okay.
It's faceted.
How does the energy in this place feel to you? You feel good? Does it feel familiar?
It feels excitable.
Ah, okay. How are you feeling about being here on this ship?
It's like when you're going on a trip and you packed your bags and you're on the plane and you're going somewhere you want to go.
Right. Okay.
Level of anticipation and you have an adventure.
Okay. Let's think about and look around again. Are there any other beings there? Is anyone in the room?
Yeah, I feel people are just mulling around doing all kinds of things.
Okay.
They don't all look the same.
Can you describe any of them for me? Sounds wonderful.
I'm feeling drawn to scientists.
Okay.
Let me see what they look like. They're small.
Oh, okay. What color are they?
They're humanoid. Their heads are large and oblong, long this way.
Oh, really? Do they have hair?
No, but they're very intellectual. They're very chatty.
Oh, very good. Would you like to speak to them? Let's ask them who they are. Can they introduce themselves to us?
They have a very masculine energy.
Okay. Can you ask them? Let's ask them where do they come from? What is their home called? Their home planet or star?
They're Vega.
Vega. Okay, wonderful. Ask them what your mission is aboard this ship with them. What are you there to do?
I hear and see the word alliance.
Okay.
I'm trying to get more.
Don't try. Just allow. Let it just come. No hurry.
I'm part of the leadership. I'm part of command group.
Okay.
I like to engage with the different departments so I can know what's going on.
Let's find out, what is the mission that this ship has? What is your mission, the crew of this ship? What are you doing?
Feel very confident
Mm-hmm.
and in control.
Are you out in this star system to accomplish a specific task? Does the ship have a mission? A reason it's there?
Oversee.
Okay. What does it oversee?
Protect against anything nefarious.
Okay, very good. Very good. Let's stay in this room and look around again. Do you see any other beings there? Anybody else besides the Vegans?
I see a beautiful humanoid being with long silver hair.
Oh, very good. Let's speak to them. Ask them who they are. Where did they come from?
I'm feeling very emotional again, and I hear the name Ashtar.
Of course. Okay. Lord Ashtar. Are you speaking with him right now?
I feel the need to get on my knees.
Then go ahead and do that. Absolutely. Follow your heart. When you're ready to talk more, let me know. So you're on your knees.
He tells me to get up.
Okay, let's do. Let's do what he says. Just tell me what he's saying to you.
This feels telepathic.
That's exactly. Yes. Let's ask Lord Ashtar to tell us more while he's here with us, as he knows you, more about your mission. What is your mission? Let's ask Lord Ashtar. He could probably explain it to us well.
He knows that it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Human emotion. Okay. And entanglement.
Yep. He does.
But it's necessary in order to do the work.
Right. Does he have any advice that you can take back to your Earth mission? Anything special? He's there to tell. He's there for a reason. What would he like to say to you that could help you to feel better during your mission, or to do what you came to do on Earth?
That it's all a game, but not in a flippant way.
No, I understand.
It's all part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
That I was shown a Lemurian life because that was the beginning of human consciousness.
Right.
And I had a role there. And I have a role again.
Okay.
And I wasn't alone then, and I'm not alone now.
Okay.
I want to ask him what the outcome will be.
Yes. What does he tell you? Does he have any idea?
Humanity has a choice and it has free will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting these thought packets. I need to dissect it.
Okay, that's fine. Again, no worries.
They are coming to us at night. They are working on us and giving us energy implants. They are reestablishing connections that are broken in the harshness of life here.
Mm-hmm.
So all we have to do is ask for it.
Okay.
We're not making it up. It is happening.
Yes. Is Lord Ashtar, can he give us some idea of what the year 2020 holds for humanity? Is he able to give us any information? We're hearing so many things about the solar flash and the Earth split, the division of 3D and 5D Earth. Is he permitted to give us any of that information that could help us feel safer and more secure in the progression of events, what's taking place?
He says, we can't give you the answer.
That's okay. We had to try, tell him. Now, one more thing that we could ask Lord Ashtar. Does he know you well by name?
I don't know if I can pronounce it, but...
You just try.
Yeah.
Okay. We can work with that. Thank you. And does Lord Ashtar know the name of your home star? Even if we can't pronounce it.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay. Before we leave the ship and leave Lord Ashtar, does he have any last message for you or for the people of Earth?
I'm asking about the solar flash.
Okay. We understand if you can't share too much.
He's saying we're confusing it from a 3D perspective as some sort of physical flash.
Right.
He says that it's been occurring, that's why you're seeing the darkness, that's why the corruption is being unveiled, that's why the child pedophilia rings are being unveiled, that's why people are being unveiled. That is the flash of light. That is what it is that it's light is being shown into the darkness. And it will continue to be in bigger and bigger ways. So we're not waiting for something to happen. It's been happening.
Okay.
I don't know about the consciousness. And the shift in consciousness is happening because people are having to see it. People can choose to ignore it, but it'll be pushed into their face to where they can't ignore it anymore.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's the shifting of consciousness.
Is that all, or is there anything else you'd like to say?
Can you see the flowers? Can you see the flowers? Can you describe the flowers for me? That's 5 petals. 5. Okay, tell me more about that. It's a hibiscus. How beautiful. Yellow in the middle. Very good. Look to your right. There is a huge patch of sunny yellow flowers. Can you see them? Yes. Can you describe those flowers for me? They're really tall sunflowers. How beautiful. Look in front of you in this beautiful garden. Do you see the cobbled path that meanders off into the garden and off into the distance? Do you see that path?
Yes.
Very good. You wish to find out more about what is at the bottom of that path in this beautiful garden. Slowly, you begin to make your way off the bench, going over onto the path and walk down into the garden. And as you make your way down this path and further into the garden, I want you to tell me what you see or what you experience.
Musty smell.
Tell me more about that.
So green. Lots of oxygen. Tiny little white. Lily of the valley.
Beautiful. Go to the end of the garden. It seems to descend downwards gradually into the earth, towards the mouth of a large cavern. You see there is a stone wall covered in moss at the side of the steps for you to steady yourself with. You put your hand on this wall and follow the steps down, holding on to the little stone wall, feeling the texture of moss under your skin and the coolness of the stones. You begin to walk down this path through the tunnel amongst the crystals, and as you do, your body is energized by the high frequency vibration from the crystals, and you begin to feel your own energy as you walk down this path. As your frequency has risen, you begin to see images in the crystals of all the lifetimes you have ever lived and ever will live. The crystals hold the information of all incarnations you have ever had and ever will have. Crystals are everywhere, in every place, every dimension, every planet. They are throughout the entire universe. They connect everything. They connect time and space and dimension. And you know now that behind each of the 3 doors you see at the end of this pathway, through the crystals, it is a lifetime that you need to see today to give you the information that you need to help you in the very best way that we can. As you get to the end of the pathway through the crystals, you stand in front of the 3 doors, looking at all 3. One door has an energy behind it that draws you, an energy of home, and you feel yourself begin to walk towards that door and stand in front of it. As you stand in front of that door, I want you to tell me more about it. Do you see the door?
Yeah, I saw the door.
Tell me about the door. What does it...
Not very tall.
Okay. Very good.
Wooden.
Oh, very good. Does it have a color?
Dark brown.
Place your hand on the handle of the door and then tell me, what does that handle feel like in your hand?
A large metal ring.
Okay, very good.
Hole.
Behind this door is a lifetime that we need to see today that will give you the information that we need to help you in the very best way that we can. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And as I count backwards from 3 to 1, we are going to open the handle of that door. Walk through the door and closing it behind us on the other side, going into the place where we need to go and see today. Into that energy that resonates with us. Putting our hand on the handle and opening the door. Walking through the door and into the other side. Closing the door behind us. Be there now. 3, 2, 1. Tell me what you see. What do you see around you?
A village.
Tell me about this village. Are there people?
Yeah, people.
Tell me about them.
It's a market.
I'd like you to look down at your feet. Tell me, what do you see? What do they look like?
Some type of sandal.
What color is your skin?
deep tan.
Let's move the body now. What are you wearing?
Some type of flowing garment.
Okay. Does the body feel male or female?
Female.
Does the body feel healthy, strong?
He is healthy.
Very good. Very good. How old is this body?
$31.
31. About this woman. Tell me about this woman.
Gathered herbs.
And what does she do with these herbs?
Everything to help.
Very good. Look around you and tell me, what do you see around you in this village? Could you describe the structure, the home, the building?
And the rock and mud.
Is one of these structures your home?
Yes.
Let us walk over to that building that is your home. Do you see a door and an opening for us to go in?
Yes.
Let's find it. Can you have your seat?
Some type of an oven.
Okay. An oven. What do you do with that oven? Good. Do you have a family in this lifetime?
I don't know where they are.
Is anyone there with you in this home?
No.
No. else can you tell me about this woman?
She trades with others.
What does she trade for?
Fruits, vegetables.
Let us move forward. Place, a particular day in the life of this woman. A day where something is happening. To that place now. Tell me, what is happening on this day? Look around and tell me, what do you see on this day, this important day?
A lot of people.
Very good.
At the bottom of the valley.
At the bottom of the valley. Let us observe for a moment. Tell me, what is going on at the bottom of the valley?
A celebration.
Let us walk down to the bottom of the valley towards the celebration. We arrive now at the celebration. What are they celebrating?
They're celebrating me.
How beautiful. Why are they celebrating you?
Chose me
Very good.
to sacrifice.
Oh, what is the purpose of this sacrifice?
To please God.
Who are these gods? Do they have names?
The gods of rain,
Mm-hmm.
And children.
How do you feel about being chosen? How does the woman feel?
Mixed emotions.
Is this the last day of this woman's incarnation?
Yes.
How will they be sacrificing this woman?
He jumps off the waterfall.
Very good. Now, we are going to close this scene. Closing the scene at the last day in the lifetime that we are viewing. You will not feel any physical or emotional sensations as we do this. You may move out of this scene, away from this body, watching the rest of the lifetime as if it were happening to someone else. You will feel no physical sensations at all. Moving past. Moving past. And now, you are back in the white light, the white light of home. You are back in the white light of source. Could you tell me more about what you feel the lesson was in the lifetime of this woman that we have just viewed?
To be grateful of all things. Boots.
Tell me about the boots. Describe them.
They look like metal.
Metal. Moving up the body, tell me about what you are wearing.
Some kind of suit.
Very good. Very good. What do you look like?
Skinny man with big eyes.
Very good. Skinny man with big eyes. Does this man have hair? Dark hair. Very good. Tell me more about this place.
It's a landing zone.
A landing zone. What is it that lands there?
Ships.
Very good.
Reconnaissance ships.
Very good. Tell me what these ships look like.
Change shape.
Are they large or are they small?
Oh,
Small. Do you know what these ships are used for? Where do they go?
mission is safety.
Tell me about this mission for safety.
They go to other atmospheres.
Very good. What is it that makes them feel the need to do this for safety? What is it that is not safe?
Beings that have a dark agenda.
Does this place have a name?
Mars.
Mars. Very good. Tell me more about your job and what you do on Mars.
Come and go.
Where?
Take the temperatures or some kind of measurement.
When the ship leaves Mars, you are on the ship,
Yes.
and when the ship arrives at its destination, where is this place that it goes to? What is the destination?
Orion.
You take temperatures on Orion,
No, we're observing.
observing. And what do you observe?
The Earth.
The Earth. You observe Earth from Orion. Very good. Tell me, as you observe the Earth, what do you see? What is happening on Earth? Let us observe. What do you see happening?
Chemical processes.
Chemical processes. Where are these chemicals being processed? What kind of place?
Lots of burning.
Burning. Do you see any people? Any of the humans?
The people become sick from the burning.
From the burning. Can you see these people? What is going on Earth as you watch? What do you see happening there? What other things besides the chemicals and the burning?
It's getting into everything. Getting in the dirt, the soil, water, the air.
As we observe the earth, as we observe the people, tell me, do you see these people in vehicles of any sort? How do they get around?
They fly or they drive.
What do they drive?
Trains and buses.
Very good. Trains and buses. Very good. This man who is observing the people on planet Earth, is this man an aspect of the one we call Susan?
Yes.
Very, very good. Tell me more about this man and how he and Susan are connected. Is he?
She helps him ground into the earth atmosphere to take the readings.
Very good. Tell me, is this man alive in a lifetime at the same time as Susan is living in hers?
Yes.
Yes. Their lifetimes exist together, concurrently?
Yes.
Tell me, how is it that Susan helps you? How does she take the readings for you? What does she do?
See through her eyes.
Very good. You see through her eyes.
I can feel inside her body.
How does it feel?
Toxic.
Susan's body is toxic.
It's not. Pristine.
Do you communicate with Susan in any way? How do you speak to her? How does she speak to you?
Too much information for her.
Okay. Do you speak to Susan in any way?
Not speak.
Okay.
Feel.
You feel.
Sense.
Sense. Very good. Very good. Is Susan aware of your presence?
No.
Why is that?
Too much information.
Very good. That is fine. What else would you like to share about yours and Susan's mission together?
Help is coming.
Help is coming. Very good. Tell me more about the help that is coming.
The human bodies need help.
The human bodies need help. They do. Tell me, what type of help do they need?
Depends.
It depends. Upon what?
Complete consciousness and physical being.
Very good. Complete consciousness and physical being. Tell me more about how this help is to reach the humans on Earth.
They are here.
They are here now.
Yes.
Who are they?
Interdimensional beings.
Interdimensional beings. Very good. So, the interdimensional beings have already arrived on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Are these beings in human form, or do they carry their own form of a galactic nature?
Their own form.
Their own form. Are the humans aware of them?
Not many.
Not many. Where do these beings come from?
All throughout the galaxy.
All throughout the galaxy. Very good. Very good. As you are living this life alongside of Susan right now, in this lifetime, in this present day and moment, is there anything you would like to say to Susan, or anything you have been trying to say to Susan that she has not yet heard? This is the time to tell her.
No more worry. It's already done.
No more worry. It's already done. What is already done?
The process acceleration.
Very good. This acceleration you speak of, could you tell us more about what that means? What is being accelerated?
My body is accelerating into metamorphosis.
Very good. The body is accelerating into metamorphosis. Tell us more about what the body is going to metamorphosize into.
A conscious contributor to the galaxy.
Conscious contributor to the galaxy. Do you know or have an idea of when this will be completed?
Soon.
Soon. Thank you. Thank you. While you are able to communicate consciously now with Susan, is there any other information that you would like her to have that would help her on this journey?
More time in nature.
More time in nature. Very good. And this will help her?
Yeah.
What will it do?
Bring joy.
Bring joy. Do you sense that Susan needs more joy in her life here on Earth?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Do you have a name? A name you would like Susan to know so she may communicate with you and speak to you?
Albie.
Albie. Thank you, Albie. Very good. Albie, when you live your life and you are not working, do you live on Mars?
No.
Where do you live?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Are you finished now? Or do you have any more to say to Susan before we move her on?
Finished.
Finish? Finish. How does she finish? Is there a job that you would like her to do for you in her waking hours while in the human body? Can she help you in any way?
Just CE5.
What project?
Practice.
Practice?
CE5.
CE5. Is that correct? Tell us what that is.
Contact you.
How to contact you. I don't believe Susan is aware of CE5. Could you share how that is done? How do you do that? What is it exactly? How does she perform this and practice it?
Meditation.
Meditation. Is it a special kind of meditation? Focused. What does she focus upon during this special type of meditation?
into the dimension.
Bringing you into the dimension. Very good.
She validated.
She can see you. Now that she has had a chance to speak to you, I'm sure she will do that and practice the CEV. Can everybody practice this? And what should everyone be focusing upon when practicing this visualization? What should we all be looking at as we do this?
Get out of the body.
Get out of the body.
Create coherence.
Coherence.
With like mind.
With like mind. So, correct me if I am wrong. This is a way for the humans to communicate with other aspects of self.
Galactic family.
Galactic family. Thank you. So we will visualize during meditation our galactic family. And in an energetic sense, we are reaching out to touch them, to communicate with them. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very good. I am going to take Susan to the next step of her journey. But with all of my heart, and I know with all of Susan's heart, we thank you so much for coming through and making yourself known to us and for sharing such important information. Please be blessed and know that whenever Susan is aware of you, she will be communicating with you during her days and nights here on earth, much more during meditation. And we will take to heart all that you have taught us today. Thank you so much. And now, Albie, I am asking for you to recede with much love and much thanks for the information that you have given us today. I am asking for you to recede back to the time, space, and reality or dimension in which you belong with great love and thanks. I would now like to ask for the consciousness of Susan to reintegrate into the body. And into that space, I would like for Susan's higher self to drop down into that space. May I speak now with Susan's higher self? Thank you. Am I speaking with Susan's higher self?
Yes.
Thank you. You could have shown Susan any lifetime or any existence that she has had. Please tell us, why did you choose the ones that you did?
No more sacrifice.
No more sacrifice. Could you tell us more about what you mean by no more sacrifice?
No more sacrificing in this existence.
Do you feel that Susan is sacrificing in this existence? Is she stuck now?
No.
No. Very good. Very good. Why did you choose to bring forward the man named Albie? Are you Albie? No. Connection. Very, very good. Yes, there anybody in the lifetime or dimensions that Susan was shown who are with her in this lifetime now? Anyone she might have been connected to or is connected to?
Yeah.
Very, very good. Are there any attachments or entities attached to the client that need removing?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Residual gray energy.
Where is this energy located?
Mostly on the left side.
On the left side. Is there a special part, a particular part of her body where this energy is residing? Any place where it is?
Left lung.
Left lung. How is this affecting Susan, her body?
Taking her life force.
Where did this energy come from?
Ireland.
Ireland. Was that in this lifetime or another? Can you tell us more about what happened in Ireland?
She was left as a child.
Starvation. We are going to ask this energy now to visualize a spark of light within its body. Is it able to do that? Can it see the spark of light? It's very beautiful. Now, I would like to say to this entity, or this energy rather, that it is time now to move on and allow Susan to do her work and to live her life. We thank you for anything you have taught her, anything, any knowing that you have brought to her. But we are going to focus on this light right now and allow it to grow. And as I speak to this energy, I ask, can you see it grow? The light? Can you feel the warmth and the love emanating from this light? Allow it to change you, to fill you, so that it encompasses all of for you to be great and filled with the love and the light of God and of Source, the beauty and the love of those who wait for you in the place where you originated. Can you feel this? Do you want to go there? Visualize in front of you another white light. Watch the white light. Watch it grow bigger and warmer, and feel the love of this light. I call to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangels Jophiel and Haniel, along with Susan's guides, angels, and holy and galactic family and team, to come forward now and protect her and escort this lost, beautiful energy away to Source to be healed and transformed. And it is done now. I ask Susan's higher self to please scan her body and tell us if this energy has left.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Very, very good. Could you please scan Susan's physical and emotional body and tell us, is there anything else that needs to be healed today or removed?
Something in her neck.
In her neck. Tell us, what is in her neck? Does it have a color?
Brownish gray.
Brownish gray. How does this affect her? What is this doing?
Her spine out of alignment.
Okay. Does this have a consciousness, this energy? Suppression. May we speak to this energy, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I speak to the energy that is affecting Susan now. Tell me, when did you attach to Susan?
Long ago.
Long ago. What was happening in her life long ago that caused you to attach to her? It's okay. Take your time. We're here to help you.
She was hung.
She was hung. Thank you. Why did you choose to attach to Susan at this time? Speak. Thank you. Do you feel good being attached to Susan? Of course. You understand now that as the light grows within Susan and upon a point where you cannot stay, it is time now to feel good, to go back to where you came. And we want to help you do this. Would you like to do this? To go to the light?
I am at the light.
You are at the light. Is Susan the light?
Yes.
Yes. But as Susan grows, and her frequency grows, which it will, and as the frequency of the planet grows, you will not be able to survive her anymore. So I ask you to look within yourself for a spark of white light within you. Are you aware of that spark being there?
Yes.
Very good. Feel that. Does it feel good to know that that spark is there?
Yeah.
Thank you. Look in front of you. Do you see the beautiful white light growing in front of you? Do you see it? Look. It feels warm as it gets closer. It feels like love. And in that light are all those you love, your family, your home, are all within that light. Would you like to be with them again and feel that warmth and love?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do that. Focus now on the light. And I call to Archangel Michael. Come forward and take you by the hand and escort you to that light. And Archangel Raphael to take your other hand, to hold you and help you heal and go towards that light, towards love and healing and family. It is amazing. And Michael, dear Archangel Michael, please scan Susan's body also and accompany with this energy any other attachments or entities that are attached to Susan now. And take them with you also with great love and great thanks for all that you are doing today. Beloved ones. And I ask Susan's higher self to now scan her body and let us know if this work has been done.
Yes.
Thank you. We have some questions that Susan has given me. We would like to ask them of you. Would you like to answer these questions, please? Thank you. Very, very good. Susan has recurring pain in her right hip. Can you tell us more about that? What is that from? She just cleared it. Thank you. So she will not feel that discomfort in her hip anymore?
No.
Thank you very, very much. What about the popping in her left ear that has been going on for a long time? Adjusting to the higher level. Thank you. Will she be experiencing this discomfort for much longer?
No.
Thank you. Susan is concerned about anti-aging, clearing the body's decay, and lengthening the telomeres of the DNA. What would you like to say about that? Can that be accomplished? All right. Meditation. What about her diet? Is there any change that needs to be made in what she eats and drinks? Nutrition. What is missing? What does she need to change? Minerals? Thank you. How should she get these minerals into her body?
Supplements and real food.
Supplements and real food. Okay. Will this help with the muscle mass that she's been losing?
After the light body integrates.
After the light body integrates, will she also feel more energized?
Yeah.
Thank you. She had a question about whether she should be doing a water fast. Could you explain how you feel about that?
Once a week.
Once a week? For how long should it last? 18 to 24 hours. Thank you very much. Susan would like to know, what is her mission and purpose in this incarnation? Leadership. Could you tell us more?
Leading the leaders.
Leading the leaders. Now, tell us more about how she shall accomplish this.
It's already done.
It's already done. Very good. Is she still carrying karma?
No.
No. Thank you. Does she have any connection to a particular ship?
There are too many.
There are too many. Very good. Are these connected to Albie and the lifetime we visited today? Thank you very much. Susan is quite concerned about members of her family. Will her husband Shannon awaken and become aware in this lifetime?
When the surge of energy hits.
When the surge of energy hits. Tell me more about the surge of energy.
Coming from the galactic sun.
From the galactic sun. When will we feel the surge of energy?
When the consciousness has risen.
When the consciousness of the collective?
Yeah.
Thank you. Susan would like some guidance for her relationship with Shannon. What should she be doing to help him?
Talk to his higher consciousness.
Talk to his higher consciousness. We would like to ask Shannon's higher consciousness now if Susan has permission to speak to and work with him. Yes, thank you very much. She's also concerned about her son. Could you share more? Is Susan strong enough to talk about him in this session, or should we wait and do it on another date? What would you advise? Wait, and we shall wait. Thank you very much. What else would you like to share with Susan? She did have a question about the lifetime in Atlanta. Is there anything about her life or lives in Atlantis or Amelia that she needs to know?
That wisdom is coming back.
And Susan will remember her wisdom from this time. Knowing. Yeah, remembering. Very good, thank you. What else would you like to share with Susan today, now that she is able to speak with you?
Addiction is from the etheric realm.
Addiction is from the etheric realm. Will she use this in her healing practice?
Yes.
Thank you. What else do you feel she should know?
Zen asked for this experience.
Zen asked for this experience. Yes, Zen. About Zen. Is Zen on track with his mission, or has he been sidetracked in any way by things happening around him?
His parents are sidetracking him.
His parents are sidetracking him. What can Susan do to help him?
Free will.
Free will.
Their choice.
His choice. And that is all?
That's all.
That's all. Thank you. Thank you very much. What was Zen's purpose? Are you able to share what his mission here on Earth is? What did he choose? Are we able to see that? Do we have permission?
He used to teach Bernard.
To teach Bernard.
Creative and science.
In science.
Together.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Are there any other messages for Susan? I sense she's getting tired.
Just be.
Just be. Thank you. Thank you. Could you scan Susan's energetic body and her aura and tell us if there is anything that needs to be repaired or sealed?
Tears on the left back side.
Tears on the left back side. Okay. I would like to ask you now, with the assistance of Susan's guides and angels, in particular Archangel Raphael, to come in and to seal and repair any tears in Susan's energetic field and in her aura, so that it's clear and clean and sealed and protected. Please let us know when that is done. And for Susan, visualize the work being done. Visualize all of the gaps being filled in your aura, as I will also. Is this done?
Complete.
Complete. Thank you. Are there any DNA upgrades or any additional clearings that you would like to provide to Susan now? Complete. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good. Does the client have all of her soul parts? Does Susan have all parts integrated in her soul? And if she does not, can you retrieve them and reintegrate them into her being right now?
Retrieving.
Thank you. Let us know when that is complete. Is it complete? Complete. Are there any cords that need to be cut? Any lost energy that's affecting her stamina?
Yeah.
Could we retrieve that and integrate that back, please? Complete. Thank you. What color light are you using to accomplish these things?
White.
White. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for all of the help, the wisdom, the clarity, and all of the healing that you have provided to Susan today. I know how thrilled and how much she's going to be appreciative of this. It's something she's deeply wanted and needed. And I'm going to ask the higher self now to receive back to where it belongs with much love and much thanks, so much gratitude with all of our hearts. Thank you. Today, we have removed all attachments, entities. We have healed so much that was going on in Susan's body. So much. When you come out of this session, you're going to feel wonderful, absolutely fantastic, the best you felt in ages. Anything that you found out or experienced today will bring with it a sense of peace. It will not harm you in any way. You're going to feel totally energized. Your soul, your spirit will be revitalized. You're going to feel better than you have felt before. And you're part of something and will have the understanding that everything you are and do are part of something so much bigger. And you're divinely protected and very blessed. Your vibration has risen considerably due to this work today. And because of that, it's going to keep rising through the quantum field in every place your soul exists, and it will affect all on the planet. Finally, I would like to ask one more time that any consciousness and any being that we've encountered in the past lives and in our travels to receive back where they belong with an abundance of love and gratitude and thanks for coming to us today and providing Susan with so much information. I am also asking the higher self to please receive back to where you belong with all of our love and gratitude for all of the help and healing you've given Susan today. And in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. And on the count of 10, you will be wide awake and feeling the best that you have felt in a very long time. The best that you can remember feeling for as far back as you can remember. Your body will be full of energy and your spirit and soul revitalized. You will feel like you are shining from the inside out. Follow me up the numbers as I count. 1, 2. You are becoming more alert. You can move your arms and legs. 3, 4. Moving arms and legs around. 5, 6. Rotating wrists